Hey, my name's Sudo. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining. And if you've seen the title of this video, then you know that I'm going to be previewing the OCC, the Coca-Cola Championship Season 24, Division 1A, which is where I find myself. It's the first time I've been in Tier 1 for a few seasons, playing the grind with a couple of teams that hit Tier 2 and then just died. That's Blood Bowl. So I've been through the meat grinder. I've finally made my way to Tier 1 and it should be a very interesting season. So first of all, let's have a quick look at what's in the division. So Undeadly Ascars, that's my team. They're my boys, and we'll talk about them in a moment. We've got three human teams, one human and two Bretonians, and they're the three teams I'm going to be facing first. So a nice matchups against other hybrid teams to kick off the season. Following that, I believe it's the Chaos team next. Let's just whip through this. So yeah, we've got the Celtic Tigers up first. Then we have 1990s Bretonians. Then we're on to the Black Watch, also Bretonians. See, then it's the Deathbringers, so we've got the Chaos Kill team. Not as bad as it could be, but there's a few killers on there. We're then up against the Black Company Leftovers. Now, these team, I've played them, they've been around for a long time. I played them with my human team, which was at least 15 seasons ago. So that'll be a good chance to go back up against them. Black Company, of course, a reference to an excellent series of books. When I was playing against them as humans, I had a team based on the Malazan Books of the Fallen series. So there's a nice little fantasy face-off. Anyway, then we've got Lizardmen, which are a pretty ferocious team. They've got a couple of legendary lizards on that team, which would be difficult to deal with. I think there's a strength 6 one. Some Pro Elves, another Necro team. Sorry, did I mention the Black Company Leftovers? They're Necros. Another Necro team, which I've played the last couple of seasons as well. So nice little rivalry developing there. And finally, to round out the season, I'll be taking on a bunch of Orcs. So, first of all, let's talk about my team. All right, classic undead team. Two mummies, two whites, lots of zombies, and a whole bunch of, sorry, lots of ghouls, zombies, and a single skeleton. I'm very excited about this. I'm actually going to take the plunge with Bloody Franklin. I've rolled a third double in a row. Not in a row, but I've got guard in there somewhere. And I'm going to play with it. I'm going to have some fun. And by that, I mean sidestep. Now, typically you get stand firm, break tackle on a mummy. If you had standard rolls, diving tackle would be super fun. Putting a mummy with diving tackle on on people would be hilarious. But sidestep, I think getting sidestep, it's a little bit more maneuverability. Makes them really worried about blocking where he's going to end up. So putting a mummy to mark a cage corner and having them having to deal with blodge, sidestep, strength 5, guard should be fun. So yeah, this is an amazing player. I'm really excited to use it. It's something you're very rarely going to see. A big guy with 3 doubles rolls. I was sort of tempted by tackle just to give him that extra bit of hitting power, but I've got whites that can do that. This guy's going to be an absolute pest. That's the hope. So adjacent to him is the other mummy, Michael Longdead III, and he's a little bit faster with guard, and but also a bit slow to develop here. Obviously, block means Bloody Franklin gets most of the hitting jobs. The whites, one good utility one. He's also got a couple of doubles rolls. So yeah, that's the other part of it. I've now got two sidestepping strength players, which is going to be super fun. If you've ever played against mass sidestep, whether it was elves or whatever, snotlings, it can be a complete pain. And then of course I've got the killer white, which is an essential item for an undead team, I think. Then my ghouls, I'm missing one at the moment. I've been through a lot of ghouls. obviously usual, that's the usual. But I've got one with plus edge and is a good utility. I've got one developing to be a sacker, and the last one is just got an MVP, and I'll hopefully feed him a star play point as quickly as possible. I prefer to have 2 ghouls with wrestle, 2 ghouls with block, and they're sort of backups for each other in the roles that they play. The wrestlers are obviously sackers, and the blodgers are the scorers. Ball carriers, yeah. Then the zombies. So I've got a dirty player. I've got a block guard one who's actually really close to a third skill, which would be very nice. He's one of my originals. I sort of stopped naming the zombies after a while, but Andrew Carker is still around and still going strong. I do have a skeleton. Ideally, he'd have the dirty player, but he's just got 0 star player points so far since I brought him in. I lost a couple of zombies last game, so I'm probably going to buy a couple. Yeah, well, I'll buy a couple pre-game, I think. I just want to make sure of what the other team has before I do that. So on to the other teams. So first up, we're going to be up against Danton's Celtic Tigers, and this team is a one-turn touchdown delivery mechanism. Look at this guy here. Move 10, agility 4, sprint, sure feet, leap, unstoppable. So, you know, he leaps on a 3+, so there are things, but this guy's just obviously been a scoring machine, appropriately named. On top of that, he's got another double. One of his blitzes is move 8, and he would have been move 9. I assume that's that must be a movement bust. Otherwise, he'd be move 9. Yeah. Anyway, strength. So apart from, he's got a few good players, a couple of mid-developed blitzers, and then decent spread of skills across the linemen. But it's all about this guy. It's about being able to take him off the park. Get him on the park first of all by causing casualties. So he has to field him, and then finding a way to punch him in the face, or hoping he fails the leap. Whatever, one of those. But as long as not a lot of guard, if I can maintain some defense around my mummy, he doesn't have an answer to a strength 5 blodger. As long as he doesn't want to do an uphill block. If he wants to do that, well, good luck to him. Next up, I'm up against the 1990s. These guys got relegated from the championship last season, so no doubt they're a good team with a good coach. Everybody's good teams and good coaches at this level. But yeah, 2 legendary blitzers, one who's yet to take his final skill, 1 superstar, and then a solid core and a whole bunch of rookies. The exciting thing about facing Brett's is that my killer white has Juggernaut, so blitzing those fens, those wrestles, that all goes away, and so that's exactly what I'll be looking to do. I'll be looking to just mulch the linemen with their AV7 and their lack of fend against a blitzing Juggernaut. Finally, I'll play the other Brett team, the Black Watch. I don't think I've played this team before or seen them in action. Not nearly as good as the other team, but still 1 superstar, reasonably well developed. Couple of edge 4s, which always makes things difficult, and then a strength 4 lineman who's just one. I assume hopefully he'll have got himself a skill by the time I play him. But much the same as the previous match, so it'll be good to have 2 matches in a row where I'll be basically doing the same thing, ignoring wrestle, stand firm, and fend as much as possible with my blitzing Juggernaut. All right, then I'll be up against the Deathbringers. Now, these guys have also been around for a very, very long time. 2300 TV, huge amount of team value. Just the 1 legend. No, 2 legends. There we go. 2 legends, a couple of superstars, and a massive spread of skills. So there's a lot of redundancy there. Got to keep an eye out for things like the diving tackle prehensile tail combo. That's not going to be fun to face. And then this wrestle sacking jump up combo here. Very long legs, leap, wrestle, jump up. That's massive pain to deal with. Only age 3, so still only leaping on a 3+, but that's, and he's got a movement bust, but it's still a pain. 1, 2, 3, 4 claws to watch out for. One of them with tackle, 2 of them with tackle. Yeah, so this is the team that's the biggest risk to the mummy. If I can get through this team with both mummies, through this match with both mummies intact, I'll be pretty happy. I'll be getting a ton of inducements. I'll have to think about what I'm going to do with that. Yeah, good question. After the Deathbringers, we're on to the Black Company Leftovers, the first of the Necro teams. All right, so 2 fresh flesh golems. They've obviously been through some damage. Look at all those stat busts. So yeah, as I said, these teams have been around a long time. They've got a lot of things going on, but there's some pretty good solid core there as well. Look at that zombie. Strength 4, AV 9. He's got block and tackle. Bit of a unit. He's got a kick. 1, 2, 3, 4 guards to deal with. That's to the 2 whites. The 2 whites are both solidly developed, nothing spectacular, but they do their jobs. And then we've got a ghoul there that's incredibly mobile, agile. Age 5 plus sure hands. He can pick up the ball absolutely anywhere. Has blodge. Will be unstoppable, but a little slow. So hopefully we can pin him down. And the werewolves, which are the real stars of the team, that's an interesting one. It's got the armor on a werewolf. I think you typically want to go for the speed. Speed 9 it's just, you can go anywhere, you can do anything. But he's obviously gone for a bit more durability. So yeah, a lot of team value, but his core players are not too scary. All right, those werewolves. Yeah, I'm about to show you when we get to the other Necro team. We'll see just how scary werewolves can be. Then we're up to the lizards. So we've got 2 teams in a row that are above 2,000 TV. So yeah, we start out against these nice mid-range or mid to high TV hybrid teams. I can say words, hybrid teams, and then you move on to these elite or massive TV teams. So fine, I've got the Lizardmen, and these guys, they also got promoted to Tier 1 last season, and I know this because they beat me in the Bounty Hunter competition by a lot, and this guy was a Y. Look at that, strength 6, break tackle, doesn't even have mighty blow, but he was getting all sorts of injuries. So yeah, that's an interesting one. So he's blocked. Oh, he's got dodge. Wow. Dodge, tackle, break tackle, and strength 6. So he's dodging into a cage with -3 on a 3+ with a reroll. That's just ludicrous. And has everything needed to take out my blodge mummy. Just ludicrous. Is that a niggle injury? I assume it must be because I can't see the niggling injury. Okay, so if you can hurt him, if you can get through the armor, you've got a reasonable chance of taking him down. Apart from that, well, there's another Super Sarsaurus. These guys are good. Yeah, these guys are very good. And then there's an Age 4, 2 Age 4 skinks, plus a Move 9 skink with the sidestep and the sprint. Yeah, these guys do everything they need to do to beat most teams. And a decent Crocs with the Stand Firm and Guard. You know what? This is a team that I look at and go, I hope Chaos plays them first and just wipes the floor, just mutilates them. It's a good strat. So after that, we've got 3 teams left, and I think we're up to the next Necro team. I may have got these out of order. Forgive me if I did. I'm doing it off memory. But this is where we have some interesting times, and it's been really interesting games against this team the last 2 seasons. 2 werewolves with Edge 4 and all the things they need. One with Mighty Blow, the other one with Sidestep, otherwise they're the same. And then a nearly superstar golem that flesh golems, once they get a few skills, they're just complete pain in the ass to deal with. Team value's down a bit because it's not counting this white, and he's decent. Putting a third stand firm on the pitch is always good, but not too much else besides that. But these two are just, they're Edge 4 werewolves. They can do whatever they want. They're elves with claws. It's, yeah, elf catchers, pro elf catchers with claws and better armor. Yeah. I think I've at least won one of the games previously against these guys. So, doable. Then we get the pro elves. I was just talking about pro elf catchers. Solidly developed team. We've got all 4 catchers on. We've got 2 blitzers on. Looks like they are missing a thrower, so maybe they had a recent injury. But this blitzer core is fantastic. I love pro elves. I play them. That was the last team I played. They imploded. But yeah, strength 4 catcher with Mighty Blow. So there's your classic catcher turn blitzer development path. They've got the leaping Saka, as you absolutely always should. They've got a frenzied juggernaut guy. Holy crap, they've got the right doubles. Double there, and a guard on the 4th one. Amazing. The 2 blitzers are how I would like to develop them, but each time I got developments on the blitzers when I was playing pro elves, kept rolling doubles and stupid stat ups. Don't you just hate that? But this is their pests. Sidestep, diving tackle, jump up. Lovely. And a whole bunch of wrestle. Thank God for Juggernaut. Hopefully he's still on the team by this late in the season. And Orcs will last. So there's one other one that so we're up to the Orcs. That was the second last. And this is an interesting Orcs team. At the top of the team roster, it looks all normal. Blitzers, Black Orcs, yeah, sure. And then it goes sideways. Instead of any linemen, it's got 4 goblins and a troll. I do love seeing non-optimal builds. So this should be a lot of fun. Couple of killer orcs, and he's leaned into pro, so he's obviously going to be re-rolling some pushes. Don't worry about that. And Juggernaut on 1, which is always a good skill. I've been waxing lyrical about it, and I'm sure he has just as much enjoyment. The Black Orcs are vulnerable because they haven't got block, but probably by the end of the season when I face them, I can expect a few more of these to have block. Yeah, that will, barring any entropy, that will be a tough team with just a couple more of those Black Orcs getting that block skill. That will be a pain. But yeah, a little bit of vulnerability there because they have relied on the goblins. That means there is at minimum of 2 goblins on the pitch at any one time. So interesting to see how that plays out. All right, that's the season. I'm going to be playing my first game in about half a day. European evening time, whenever that is. So if you want to come along and watch me play against this crazy one-turning monster, please do. That's my overview of the team. Looking forward to a good season. Really hope it is. It's been so long since I've been in Tier 1 that I really hope this isn't just a complete clusterfuck. Anyway, that's exactly what it can be. That's Blood Bowl. No games played yet. Just jumping back into my team. For anybody interested, the positionals are named after Australian AFL players, so Australian Football League, AFL players of Indigenous background, some champions of the game, Michael Long, Buddy Franklin, Adam Goods, Nicky Widmar, Eddie Betts, Andrew McLeod, David Wirapunda, Andrew Cracker, and Dale Kick It. I didn't have to do too much to that name. But yeah, the zombies I've just given up, especially because when you get a zombie through Raising the Dead, it keeps the old name. You can't maintain the theme, but all my positionals will keep being this. I'm trying to remember what that fourth ghoul was. I'll have to remember that before I buy the next one. Anyway, so that's where it is. That's the team I'm going to be playing. I'm really looking forward to sidestepping around people with a white and a mummy, as well as the ghoul here. That should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. It's one of the things, you choose Blood Bowl, you play Blood Bowl for some of those moments where you just something so beautiful happens on the pitch. So a sidestepping mummy is one of those. I'm playing vampires on tabletop at the moment, and what I'm really living for is under the new rules that Hypnogaze stops them having all their skills. So, for example, in the last game I played against Wood Elves, gazed a war dancer, blitzed the war dancer. It no longer has dodge, it no longer has block, and so you can take it down a lot easier, even with an unskilled vampire or even a thrall. And yeah, so putting a war dancer in the Cas box after gazing it and rolling a dice and getting like a defender stumbles and putting it in the casualty box, that's what we're here for. And finally, I think I'm probably going to go through a little rebranding. I'm thinking about calling this channel Pseudo's Fun Time or something. And fun stands for, let's not beat around the bush. It stands for fuck you, Nuffle. And that's not in anger. That's in joy. Because to enjoy this game, you have to accept you're going to get bad dice. And with Nuffle being the source of the dice, the way I say fuck you, Nuffle, is enjoying the game, no matter how badly it goes. So if this season does turn out to be a complete clusterfuck, I will enjoy myself, because fuck you, Nuffle. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy playing it, and look forward to having you on board as I play through this season. And there might be a few other videos of me playing in other leagues and stuff as well. All right, cheers.